listening to this new series or video on Python learning. So in this tutorial, we just introduce you what you need to know if you want to learn Python. Python is a very powerful software that has been developed a long time ago. It's very important in order to run any algorithm as well as data science and statistical analysis. This tutorial will just give you the basics like writing a first code and using a predefined function, and we will show you how to install Python. Python is a free software, and just go on python.org, download, choose for the version which corresponds to your computer. For example, I have Windows, you can maybe have Linux or Mac or other systems, so you can just download for free the version of Python that corresponds to your computer. If I choose, for example, Windows version, select the version which corresponds to the characteristics of your computer. To start writing code in Python, you need to have what we call a IDE, Integrated Development Environment. There are many IDE that you can use to write your codes when you are using Python. One of IDE that I can recommend to you is PyCharm. PyCharm is very interesting IDE that you can use in order to develop your Python course. Just go on PyCharm, jetbrain.com/PyCharm and download the version of PyCharm that is free, or if you want to be professional, so you will just focus on the free version of PyCharm. Now just go to the site and download PyCharm. When you have installed, first of all, Python, and second of all, PyCharm Integrated Development Environment, you are now able to run coding in Python. So the installation process is very simple. So when you have installed your Python and PyCharm, you can just go on your PyCharm icon and double click to have this screen. In the installation process, you have to will be required to create project execution files. I was called my project. To start writing your first code, you just need to make a right click on your of my project file here in the in the left hand side of your interface. So make a right click on new and choose Python file. So click on Python file, and you will be required to give a name to your Python file. I will call it my first Python. So I click on enter. Your project is now created, and you can just begin to write your first Python code. So the first thing I would like to show you is, for example, how to print, for example, a message. Type, for example, main. So you enter main in your screen. Just wait that you have some proposition. I click on this to define some condition in which I will you have if name equal main. I will print quotation mark to say what is going to be printed is I am a good citizen. To execute my code, I just click on the green button here and select the option run my first Python. So I click on OK, and you will see that the phrases I am good citizen has been printed. You can also define a function called main. So the procedure to define a function is to use the command def followed by a space as the name of the function main. So my first function will be called main. So I will use the predefined function print as previously to write the instruction that my function will return. So I will write, for example, print I am a good citizen. I will also print, for example, I will print a number 10, for example, and in this case I will not use quotation mark, meaning that character that's going to print is a figure. Secondly, I will call my function called main in this command using this function. So just say if name equal main as the name of my function, I will call main, call the function main. So for now I will just execute my condition as I have defined my function called main. Here I will execute my command which call my function main, and you will see that my two commands will be printed. Not only I am a good citizen, but also the figure 10. Then I will go on the green button and run my first Python. It's a syntax take, so I should have put a point here in my function so that I will re-execute. So you see that I am a good citizen has been printed and the figure 10 has been printed. So I can also print I am in very good conditions. I can also add print here 2020. So I will just execute my instruction, and you will see that all these four lines will be printed. So I click on run first. You can see that all the four instruction that has been given has been printed. I am a good citizen. Then I am in very good conditions, and 2020 has been printed here. So you don't know that first of all variable content in which we can store element can be numerical or string. So variable can be any kind. In this tutorial, we just focus on string and numerical. We have shown you how to create a function. My function has been created and was called main. So this is the instruction that we will use in order that has been used to create a function by keyword def followed by the name of the function and bracket 2 points. At the end, we have defined a condition in order to call our function, which is what you can see on your screen. So coming back on variable, the first thing to do is to give the variable a name. I will create a variable that I will call, for example, year of birth. My space is not allowed to separate the component of the variable, so you cannot also put special characters such as slash, star, negative, plus. But you can use, for example, underscore to separate component of the variable year of birth. First thing to create, give a name to your variable, and secondly, you should assign to your variable a value. So I will assign the assignation symbol in Python is the symbol equal. So I will assign to my year of birth year, example 1987. So I create a numerical variable to which I assign the value 19. I will use the print command in order to ask Python write print. So we have seen this predefined function last time. So I will print my variable called year of birth. So I will put into bracket the name of the variable year of birth. So I should keep at least 2 lines between the end of the function and the instruction that I have written in order to call my function. So I click on the green button here to execute my code to see that there is a missing. So what is the problem? Is the space between here should be, so I will execute to see year of birth has been printed. So you see that the value that I have assigned to the year of birth has been printed. So for now, I will create a program that will calculate, for example, the year of birth, giving the data that will be entered. I will write here this symbol in order to tell Python not to take into consideration what I am reading right now. Calculate the age. So the instruction that I am going to write right now is to calculate age. So I will create a variable called age in which I will assign the value 2020. I suppose that we are in 2020 minus year of birth. So I assign to the variable age the value 2020 minus year of birth. So when you make this operation, you will obtain the age of the concerned person. Go in my green button here and execute my code. So I didn't print, so I will print. I use quotation mark called string space plus the concatenation symbol. I concatenate 2 things. So I use print UR plus. So I will put here age UR plus age. I will put here age here old space plus opening quotation mark here. In Python, it's not possible to concatenate a string and numerical variable, so I will use str to help my variable be recognized as string. So I will put space after r, space between age. I will also put space after here to have a space before age and here old. So I can just execute my program. So you can see here that you are 33-year-olds have been printed because the previous value assigned to the year of birth was 1987 and the age calculated was 33 according to the mode of calculation that I given in the program. So I can change, for example, the year of birth into 1990, and if I re-execute my code, you see that here is 1919 and you are 30-year-old. Age which were entered in my command was 1919. Print, you are 30 years old. You can, for example, continue in our program. I continue in the program in order to show you how you can ask to Python to enter age. I will create a variable called name, so you will understand a little bit further. Name equal, I will ask Python to input. The command input is a command that is used in order to tell Python to ask the value that we will enter, and he will produce a result. Put into a bracket, open a quotation mark, enter the name. Secondly, I will assign to the variable year of birth the value inputs, enter the year of birth. I will assign to the value age the value. Python cannot recognize input enter the year of birth as numeric, and so I will put a function int in order to tell him that the year of birth that will be input will be numerical. int is the command that is used in order to tell him that the value that is going to be entered is going to be. So I will assign to my value age as previously the value 2020 negative of birth. So at the end of my program, I will print name. Name is a string variable, so I will not put quotation mark. Name plus space plus is plus copy this part of the code here or paste here. Copy, paste. And at the end, Python will print name, put space here, string age here or. Objective of our program is to ask Python to. I will delete what we have written first concerning here or. So I will just keep this part of the program. So I will give the name, put your name into Python, and Python will calculate your age and print your name and age at the end of the code. So I will execute my program so that you can see what is being done. Enter your name. So I will enter my name, Q40. Enter your year of birth. Year of birth, I will enter 1987, and I click on enter. So what is written is Q40 is 33-year old. So you see that do many things using a variable in Python. So it will just an introduction. Next time we show you many other notion that you need to know in order to very well master Python. That was just about variable, and thanks a lot for listening to this tutorial, and we'll see you a little bit sooner.